Good morning, everybody. We're back. It's Tuesday, December 16th. Got a few good games on the docket tonight. This one's going to be a big chat heavy episode. That's how we like it, man. The chat matters. That's why we love doing this. We'll talk some Tuesday games, and then everything else is going to be based on the questions, comments, concerns you guys have. We'll be breaking it all down. But first, Leon, how we doing this morning, man?
I'm all right, man. How are you doing?
Doing all right. It's funny. You texted me like 9:50 about how you weren't feeling the best. I kind of been in that same mode. Woke up this morning, just kind of like a little bit of grogginess. A little cold outside, a little just. I don't know. I'm a big like once it starts to get cold and the seasons change. I'm always getting sick at least once. There's never a doubt.
Yeah, I heard there's something in the fog.
There's we get like a if it's not the flu, there's always some sort of new like 48-hour virus or some insane thing going around all the time.
Yeah, it's there's something in the fog apparently. That's why I seen it on TikTok.
Oh god. Then we know for a fact it's true because shout out TikTok.
Yeah, no, listen, TikTok let me know, so I know like it's got to be some. T Steffi, what's up? Pickle Rick, what's up?
That's how it always is too. Like you see something on TikTok and then like you don't know it yet, but your FBI agent on your phone is tapped in letting you know you're about to be sick.
I don't think I got one of those.
You don't think you have one? You're free.
If I have one, he gave up a long time ago. Like he gave up so long ago. Like at this point, he's just here for vibes. He's not actually here to do anything. If I have one, I don't personally
Yeah.
believe that I have one, just because like imagine being that guy. Like all the FBI agents in the world, like you can get normal people. And someone's like, "Yo, you got Dion." Like it's tough, man. Tough gig. Tough gig. Hopefully he's
Yeah,
highly
it's
paid.
just the algorithm's creepy, man. You'll be talking about like dartboards for 1 second. Next thing you know, you got 17 ads on your phone for darts. Insane world we live in. Good morning, Andy, as well. Shout out Rick and T Steffi. I know Dion told y'all good morning. I'm gonna do the same. Um, I guess we'll start. Uh, I mean, Louisville and Tennessee, probably the marquee game of the night. Um, Gonna be interesting because the contrast in the style that Louisville plays versus the style that Rick Barnes likes to play is it just couldn't be any more different. It honestly might be a little similar to the Illinois Tennessee game, except Louisville's got completely different personnel. Um, how are you feeling about this one? Line is currently Tennessee minus 2.5.
Appreciate you, Akil. Also, Akil, it was about a month ago. You asked me for my address. I never received anything. So I want you to know I'm monitoring that situation. Definitely monitoring that situation. A little concerned, but I'm gonna let it slide. DK said targeted ads got me to buy Norse organic skincare stuff for my kid, and it works great. Honestly, targeted ads get me a few times. It not just targeted. We are on that around Christmas. I will listen. It better be good. I mean, it better be good. You know what I'm saying? JK, you look like Rick Barnes. Go Cards. Uh, 9 days off for Tennessee. I don't think they've won since before Christmas.
Yeah,
I think I like Louisville, man. I think I like Louisville. I don't want to be on the wrong side of Louisville anymore. Um, they're a fun team. So
I
what's
think.
up?
I mean, I don't even think they got kind of they got beat convincingly by Illinois in Nashville, I'm pretty sure, which was like basically a home game. I just think Louisville's no matter where this game's played, I just think Louisville's better. I mean, Nate Ament has been bad for a few games now. And I just think that, okay, Gillespie, the only way Tennessee wins is if it's like a Gillespie or Ament masterclass game. And I just think that guard trio of McNeely, shoot, you could even say quartet if you wanted to, because Woolley can get hot too. But I don't know, man. I think Louisville is better, and I think Louisville got woken up by losing that game.
Who's
Like
dude
I
on the
think,
right? Do you want to introduce yourself?
yeah. For anyone who doesn't know,
If I like
I'm
change it right now, can I? I could change our spots right now.
I'm producer JK, um, producing all the stuff behind the scenes, and Dion, like, God, what it's been like 3 weeks now, right? We're on like week 3 of the morning after, right?
um, Started it before Thanksgiving, so I want to say a month now.
Oh yeah, we're deep in, and basically Dion and Greg started cooking. There was
God,
other factors, but I don't know if I'm allowed to discuss those. So they were cooking up a show and had the idea to do a daily Monday through Friday, every day that Sleepers content goes up, go live at 10. And me and Dion have known each other for a while, so it's like, let's
you want
just
me to tell the real
co-host it.
story?
What's the real story?
You so it was Cart was the one. No Illinois Pickle Rick. I'm looking at the tweet now. I don't know what I, I fuck with Raphael Davis Pickle Rick, but I don't know what this tweet is.
Also, Tennessee's not great. At least they aren't waiting until the tournament to let down their fans. They're not. They just problem is they really only have 2 guys who can go get you a bucket. That's just not a really good matchup for a team like Louisville. Tennessee is dirty. Is Louisville tough enough to hang? I think that's another. They could muck up the game and be physical and everything, but I just think Louisville has too much talent. I just don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah. Has USA actually been that good? I think they have, considering what they're supposed to be at least. Someone else also asked, would you rather have Nate Amen or Michael Brown? In college, I'd rather have Michael. In the league, I'd rather have Amen. I'd rather just take the chance on Amen. There's a
The upside.
likelihood he could be AJ DeBonta, and if you have that possibility, I'm just gonna take the shot on Amen. So the real story behind the show, Cart had the idea of like the daily show. He said it to G. It was intended for myself and someone else.
That's yeah.
It was mostly intended for somebody else, and then it was a way for me to get on the channel more. Because at the time, I think I wasn't. I think I was off the channel for like a week or so at the time. So the intention was to get me on the channel a little bit more consistently along with the other person. And then when G brought it up, he's like, I still want to do it. Even if the other person isn't involved, like who do you want to do it with? And we kind of went down the roster. And we didn't honestly think about producer JK at first, just because like JK is the producer. So like it's not where your brain goes originally. And then a few hours went by. G Card and I were texting. It wasn't Ralph.
Yeah, surprisingly, it was not.
It wasn't Ralph. I would tell you if it was Ralph. It was supposed to be Hammer as Dion's partner. No, it wasn't. I would love for Hammer to be on.
Hey, it wasn't, but stay tuned in.
Yeah, I would listen. I'm down to do any content with Hammer. I think Hammer's so talented. That full episode him and G did was so good. That was so good. But it wasn't Hammer either. You guys would never be able to guess who the other person is.
And if you do, we're not going to tell you.
Yeah. But and then like a few hours go by, me, G, and Cart were just talking. I don't remember like what about, and I just go, what if producer JK did it? And G goes, that's exactly what I was thinking too. And then I'll coordinate, and then I want to say like a few days later, we started it. Hammers made his own live show shortly after the morning after. Did he really? That's fire. I didn't know that. Sleeve,
Doug
no.
Gottlieb.
Doug Gottlieb, no. Doster, no.
Oh, we're just gonna get a slew of guesses now that we're gonna have to keep
Burner,
saying
no.
no to. Eventually, someone's gonna say the right name.
Shout out Doster though. One of the all-time great beards. I say it every time he gets brought up. I'm pretty sure I told him this in San Antonio in a conversation. Dion, what's good, twin? One of the all-time great beards on a human being. Special.
Speaking of that, like, I don't even think this is a contest. I mean, we can see in Indy this year, but like when me, you, Cart, and Greg all have cuts at the same time, there's no college basketball quartet with cleaner fades.
I have a taper right now.
Well, are you usually like a taper guy?
No, I only get it in the winter because when the weather changes, I get cold easily. So I get tapers in the winter, fades pretty much the rest of the way. So in Indy, I would likely have a fade.
Yeah, always got to be a mid fade for the kid.
Nah, I get a ball fade typically, but it's too cold for that right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's way too cold for all that. But
Dan Dockich, yeah. What a guess!
Dockich would be crazy.
If Dockich was on, we'd have to have Cart come on just so they could beef for 30 minutes straight.
Cold. I thought you've been having AC issues, Dion. We don't run that ad anymore, Ethan.
That is elite lore from Ethan, though. Can't lie.
That is an elite pull. I gotta work on my ad reads. Gotta work on my ad reads. I was rewatching some of my Tinker ad reads. I gotta be better. And I will be better. Bro,
yeah, it's always
Italian talking about cold. Hey man, it's cold. It was like, I ain't gonna lie, it was like 39 degrees yesterday.
Yeah, it's officially reached the point. North Carolina is a weird state because it's like so in the middle. It can get so cold and it can also be hot, but like it's getting to the point where it's like 15 degrees across like midnight to 6 a.m. So you got to like slightly turn the sink on so your faucet continues to run. Not fun. Purdue or Michigan?
Happy UNG worked out the toddler team uniform situation.
Got some elite pulls in the chat today.
Purdue or Michigan to win the Big Ten? I like Michigan right now. It's weird. I like Michigan as the better team, but I do think Purdue wins it just because of schedule. Purdue gets everybody at Mackey, so it's like
yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not sure Michigan loses. So like I feel like it literally could be two undefeated teams coming down to that Purdue Michigan game in Mackey.
The thing that's so funny about it is like we know what Purdue's flaws are. We know what their strengths are. Yeah. With Michigan, they've just looked so good for the last month. We really don't know. And it's very scary because this team is either peaking and going insane right now, or they have so much more they can improve on. And if they have more they can improve on, it's scary, scary times.
Ooh, Michigan?
Like, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what Michigan's flaw is other than, like, Cadeau freaks out in a game. Like, what other flaw could they have?
That one's a big flaw, though.
It is. But I also feel like Dusty is so good that he's got Cadeau seeing, like, that he doesn't need to freak out and do a ton on this team.
I think Cadeau still can freak out. What I think Dusty's quietly doing that no one's really seeing. Dusty's, like, quietly just not playing Cadeau.
Yeah, he's been a lot more McKinney lately.
G claimed he's going to retire on the full episode today. Have you seen that?
Yeah, he did. So I don't. Typical typical G and Cart banter. For those of you here or Dion, if you want to hear it, it's about at like the 37-minute mark. They start they start talking about stuff, and then G says he's gonna retire, and Cart's like, not even gonna give me a 2 week notice. It's classic. It's classic banter. Good full episode though. When the intro's 40 minutes, you know that it's an elite episode because the banter is plentiful.
Yeah, they I saw it was an hour 15 when I woke up this morning. It's probably what I'm about to lock in on right after this is over.
Yeah.
Get a little extra rest before I got to go into work. Every team can be gotten in some way. But I think I think the way Michigan can be got is a lot harder to come up with than the way Purdue can be got at the moment. That's
Yeah,
that's been my claim with Purdue the last like week or so. Like when I've said like the physicality and athleticism aspect can get to them. It's not that like I don't think every team can be got. I can look at Purdue's schedule and be like, well, that team has a chance. This team has a chance. That team has a chance. I think with Michigan, it's more so who wakes up and can execute in like the best way possible. And I think that's a lot harder to pull off than the manner in which Purdue can be got. DK says Michigan and Arizona clearly the top two. Yeah, I think that's fair.
God, dude, that game. That's one of those games where I just wish it was a non-con game because you know how it goes. It's so hard that for that game to play out in the tournament, so many things have to go the right way. It's just like I would love to see it. I mean, yeah, they're going to lose eventually. They're not going to go undefeated, but like I mean, I genuinely don't see a world in which this team loses more than like 2 games. Like that's got to be the max.
I'd have to look at the schedule, just dependent upon who they play on the road, of course. But I do agree to like from like a general standpoint, I completely agree.
Because that's what makes college fun. Like they're gonna lose because like eventually they're gonna miss. Like their kids still like eventually it's gonna happen.
DK says Michigan is easy. Be a great team, play perfectly, and make Michigan shoot 30% from the field, and then you win by 3.
That's literally see. That's the thing, though. It's like that's the ultimate problem, right? Is Michigan has that thing where it's like you have to play perfect to beat us. We only have to play good to beat you, and that's the hardest type of team to play against.
No, college b-ball gambler. If Payne doesn't get hurt, Michigan could have lost that game. No shot, respectfully.
I still think they would have came back. It would have made it closer. Don't get me wrong, but
they would.
They just have so
Maryland
many
would have
things
covered easily, but they still lose. Connor says, Loki, we don't really know how good Purdue is. Our schedule hasn't been that great. Tech isn't all that. Bama ain't elite. We totally do eat our pants against Iowa State. I think that's the problem, though. Iowa State is elite. Iowa State is very, 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 very elite. And I think when you look at the rest of Purdue's schedules, you're right. Like Tech isn't all that. I don't believe in Bama. So it's like the one opponent where it's like, there's who you will face Elite Eight on. And they kind of shit themselves.
The only thing about the Bama game that I will give them credit for is like at least it was in Bama.
It was in Bama, and there was a lot of question marks about Purdue. Every time Purdue has questions, Braden answers them. Yep. That's what gives Purdue a chance. They have the best player in the country. And he's shown time and time again, if our back is against the wall, I'll get us out of this situation. The problem is like, it just feels like their back's going to be against the wall a good amount in the build-up to Indy. I don't know the draw they're going to get, and it is an overreaction. I'm just having a hard time visually seeing it at the moment because you're going to have to play somebody. Like you're likely going to have to play 2 of Duke, Iowa State, Arizona, Michigan to get to Indy. If Purdue gets to Indy, you're giving them 2 home games to win the national championship. I love that. But their path to getting there feels like it's getting harder by the day.
Yeah, see, because the thing is, they need First off, they need to avoid Iowa State. That's just a bad matchup for them. But like, so let's say it's Purdue, Michigan, Arizona, Duke as the 4-1 seeds. It's going to be really dependent on who's their 2, what side. It's going to be very interesting to see. But also, like, I think Purdue obviously has the best player in the country. They have a really good coach. The front court, it's literally just a question of, can the other guys do enough in the big spots for them to win those? Like, because that's kind of the thing. Like, they just, you know what you're getting with Braden. You know what you're getting with TKR. Fletch is a little bit like hot and cold sometimes. It's all about those other guys. It's going to be interesting to see who they get, because they're a team that I think of the elite teams, they are the most matchup dependent.
They're vulnerable. They're vulnerable. And it might just be at the moment too. I mean, I think I always say this when it comes to Purdue. I think Omer Meyer was brought in to make them less vulnerable. And the less he plays, the harder the vision is for me, because he's supposed to be the one that changes everything, right? Like the hype behind Purdue was that you have the big 3 coming back, you get Clough, and then you get Omer. If one of them isn't playing, then it just feels very much so like an enhanced version of last year's team, who, like, by the way, a couple possessions here and there from also being in the Final Four last year. So, it's an amazing team. But like, I think it's between now and March, there's some development that has to be there. Pickle Rick says, why is UWV? I think he means WVU so bad at everything. We're broke. We're broke.
UWV, God, I love Rick. Yeah. Connor said Omer's still on the up and up. His shots aren't falling. He'll get comfortable and hit his shot. See, I agree, and that's why I'm still high on Purdue, because I think by the time February comes around, it's scary.
Yeah, I think once Omer and Pickle Rick says where he is now, where he will be in March, are going to be way different. Once that hits, I agree. Like, once Omer starts to hit his shots, get comfortable, I think it's a completely different roster. I think it's a completely different outlook. What Iowa State did to them, they can't do if Omer's playing more. That's always been my thing. The way you beat Purdue is Purdue plus 400 to win the Big Ten is great value. That's in phenomenal value, actually, given like how the way their schedule looks. As a matter of fact, I'm about to go bet that. But I think it's one of those situations where you force the ball out of Braden's hands by pressing, playing physical, and making other people make shots and create for themselves. That's the way to beat Purdue. That's easy to do if no one else on the court can dribble. It's very, very hard to do if Omer Meyer is on the court. And I think that's always been kind of like my issue with like CJ and Jakari being the ones to get minutes, is I don't think they take any pressure off of Braden offensively, and maybe they take a ton off defensively, though, that Omer can't. So it's a give and a take, of course, but the more comfortable Omer gets, it's a completely different roster.
Yeah, I just want to point out a while ago, Ethan, when we were talking about Michigan, said Fear's going to have their whole team in foul trouble by the first TV timeout. That's what makes the Michigan matchups against Michigan State and Purdue so interesting to me, because if there's 2 guys that could make Elliot Cadeau freak out, it's 100% Jeremy Fears and Braden Smith, for 2 drastically different reasons. Jeremy Fears is just going to be yapping and pissing Elliott off, and he's just going to get mad when they play Purdue because Braden's so much better than him. So it's going to be very interesting. Michigan minus 200. No, that is crazy. Like, I understand they've been so good, but like, just not with like how injuries are and everything like that. Minus 200 is an insane bet to make for a team to win a conference.
Yeah, is that really the odds?
That's insane. If so.
It is. Okay. Yeah, so I just put 4 units on Purdue to win the Big Ten.
Bro,
Oh
minus
wait, no,
200,
never
dog.
mind. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Minus 200 is insane, man.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. We don't bet on Purdue anymore. Brains are colleague. That's on me.
Like,
Plus
I mean,
400 for Purdue to win the Big Ten though is crazy.
if you'd have told me Michigan was plus 180, I'd have been like, all right, minus 200? I can't get over that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like,
That's
bro.
crazy. That's crazy. I'm not gonna bet it. I did find it. I'm not gonna bet it. But if you think I'm not texting everybody that's not involved in this space to go bet I mean, that's like you're telling me you can get Purdue plus 400 when they play everybody at the crib.
Elite value.
That's crazy. Plus 400. They play everybody at the crib. Michigan State looked terrible against Penn State. Yeah, Michigan's phenomenal, but like who in the Big Ten can beat Purdue besides Michigan, and they get Michigan at the crib? Like,
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's crazy value. Oh my
and
God, you're so
then
late.
the other teams in the Big Ten probably beat each other too. So it's like,
When did Omer get to West Lafayette? I feel like he got to Purdue a lot quicker than some of the other international prospects, but I might be wrong on that.
I don't know the exact day,
I
but
feel like he
I
was there in
know
like
that.
July, though. No,
You know what? I can probably tell you because I know that we did a YouTube video on when he arrived, and I'm
he played
trying to
double FIFA.
find it.
Oh, he did. He played in both FIFA things. I
Yeah, he
forgot
did.
about that. Listen, I'm gonna be honest though. I'm gonna be honest. I mean this respectfully. I think playing in the FIFA stuff's better than pulling up the West Lafayette early. Like I'm just gonna be honest. I feel like that's better for me than pulling up early.
We had a reaction video to his first highlights of him at Purdue that Purdue posted
We need
on
to
July
pin.
30th on the channel.
We need to pin our voice messages that tell you how to pronounce Lafayette. Yeah, you do. But also, like, we have that city an hour from me. So, I mean this with all due respect. Like, I'm always going to revert back to muscle memory just because I grew up, like, right next to one. The only difference is there isn't a West in front of it. Also, I do need some Discord help from people. I get tagged and stuff, but, like, I don't see it right away. And then I don't see the message at all, and I have to scroll back. Like in the Purdue channel, like during like the games, I'll get tagged in something in the Purdue channel during the game, but it'll be from like an hour and a half prior. Then I got to scroll too far, so I don't see it. There's got to be an easier way for me to find the message so I can like see what was said.
There's like a way to search, kind of like on Twitter, how you can like search.
Like I shouldn't have to scroll hella far.
Yeah,
there's got to be an easier way.
There should be a way to like filter it to where it's like chats that mention you and stuff like that.
It's got to be something.
Big 12 is the hardest conference to pick. Yeah, it's probably true because
pull the odds up and see.
The Big 10, Michigan and Purdue, the ACC, Duke, the SEC.
Nah, Louisville too.
Yeah, it's like Duke, Louisville. We also need to probably see what UNC looks like when Seth comes back, but like that's more of a long shot. They probably have plus.
You can get Duke plus 100 to win the ACC. Let me go ahead and bet that right now.
SEC.
I think the SEC is the hardest one to pick, actually.
SEC is interesting. It really is. Just like, I mean, if you had, because I bet the odds for the SEC are all over the place.
I'll tell you right now.
I mean, Vanderbilt is leading. I mean, obviously conference play hasn't started yet, but like
Kentucky's plus 500, Vanderbilt plus 605, Tennessee plus 500, Florida plus 400, Bama plus 400.
Yeah, I can't lie. Looking at the SEC standings right now, it's a lot different than last year where they had like a lot of elite teams. This year, they just have a lot of good teams and not really like the ranked teams in the SEC right now are Vanderbilt, Georgia, Arkansas, Auburn, Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida. And The highest ranked one is Vanderbilt at 13th.
I got to be honest. What's Iowa State's schedule? The Big 12 might not be that hard to pick.
Yeah, just let's see. Let's see, shall we? Because I will say though, it gets interesting because that top group of Arizona, Houston, Iowa State, BYU is nuts. I cannot lie.
I'm good off Houston. I'm good off Houston.
So they have to play at Kansas, which is never fun.
It is the Big 12 plays everybody twice, so there's nothing to look at, right?
No, they only play BYU once.
They got BYU and
it's at BYU, and they play at Arizona.
Yeah. So Arizona's plus 350. That's probably who you want to take in the Big 12 then.
Bro, that's so unfortunate. They have to literally go to BYU and to Arizona. I mean, the two Kansas thing, like they play Kansas twice, so that makes sense. But that's brutal that's the draw they got.
What's the Big East odds? I don't even see it.
Kentucky plus 500 AP voters running to their book.
I like Bama plus 400 in the SEC if you're looking for one. I think Bama's been the best team in the SC. Might be the best haircut do ever on Sleepers, and I'm crushed that it doesn't include me. Rather, you could get one tonight, and then tomorrow we could run it back.
That's true. Go cop a fade, Riley.
Buena Vista and speaking of pronounced, there's a Buena Vista and a Buena. Yeah, no shot. I got nothing for that, Andy. I'm gonna be honest. Gonna be honest, I got nothing for that. UConn minus 150. I would literally bet them. Like if it pops up, I would bet them minus 150. That's how bad the rest of the Big East is. Arkansas and SEC so plus 1400. Not bad value.
Really good value. And then honestly, if I'm betting anyone else in the SEC, like as crazy as this sounds, I feel like it's got to be Florida just because of Golden.
No.
Just because the SEC is just not that good to me.
I'm good. I don't like Florida.
I'm not saying I like them. I'm just saying, like, I look at the teams they've played. The only team in the SEC that's really been tested as much as them is Bama. So it's like,
that's fair.
God, I don't know, man. I think the SEC is a lot, and people are going to figure this out, and maybe they already have, but I'm not saying it's mid, but compared to last year, the SEC is mid this year compared to what it was last year.
DK said in California, I spent July 4th in Honolulu, which is a crazy town name. Listen, brother, yeah, if you go north California, like a little bit past the Bay Area, you're going to see some wild stuff. You're going to see some wild, I don't know where you were at, but like the farther north you go, and then the valley, as I like to call it, which is like in between the Bay and LA, stay out of both those spots. I think Golden is a Walter Clayton merchant. I don't think he's a Walter Clayton merchant. I think Florida can still absolutely win that league. They have one bad loss. Yeah, even their wins aren't that crazy to me, though. I just don't like Xavier Lee. Andy. I don't like Xavier Lee, and I don't like Boogie. I don't think Golden's a Walter Clayton merchant, though, but I do think he built a bad roster.
Yeah, we're going to have a 30-minute episode of me putting you to trial for your New York point guard takes and how bad they've aged this season.
Nope.
Only for Ian Jackson and Boogie Fland.
Because I told everybody that Boogie was going to be bad. So
I will say, the one game Boogie wasn't bad was the Duke game, so I guess that counts for something.
I said Boogie was going to be bad. Florida gets Arkansas, Bama, Tennessee, Auburn all at home. 4 L's. To be completely honest, that's 4 L's.
4 L's is crazy.
Nah, that's 3 L's, and then they'll beat Auburn. Auburn's bad, dude.
Yeah, we got to stop the Auburn being ranked thing.
Auburn's bad. Tahad is bad.
Bro, Purdue is going to spark them on Saturday.
Oh, they play each other?
Yes.
Yikes.
I think Purdue genuinely might win that game by 24.
Yeah, easily.
What does Auburn have for them?
Where's the game at? I appreciate it, Pickle Rick.
Let me check. I'll tell you. It's Saturday, and it is The Indy Classic. So that's all you need to know.
All right. We got to stop doing the neutral court games that are just 45 minutes from the home team. Just play it, Mackie.
Like, bro, Arizona and Alabama this weekend is like the Birmingham Classic. I'm like, all right.
Tennessee played in Nashville. Oh, like just play at home, dude. Just play at home. Play at home.
We got to cut it out. I mean, it's like the whole thing with, I mean, North Carolina, they're not doing it this year, but that when they did the whole Jumpman Invitational thing and it's just in Charlotte. And I'm like, I mean, come on, guys. What are we doing here? I love it, though. It's hilarious.
I do love it, too. I will say, I feel like the non-con's been really good this year. Then we get, what is this slate like this weekend?
It's pretty decent. CBS Sports Classic in Atlanta. Ohio State and UNC, St. John's and Kentucky. St. John's and Kentucky is going to be a blast. Patino versus Pope, can't wait.
Texas Tech.
Houston, Arkansas, Auburn, Purdue, Duke, Texas Tech. Maryland, Virginia could be fun too.
Isn't Auburn athletic? Nah, not really. I think they have like standard athleticism, but like nothing crazy. Like I said this, like I don't know if I said this with you or G or where I said it. I know I said it on here though. Conor McGregor, when he won the 2 belts, said like, you got to come with something. You need to be tall. You need to be big. You need to be blah, blah, blah. I feel that way about like Michigan. I also feel that way about Purdue. Like if you just show up as like normal human beings, Purdue's going to start you. Auburn's very normal. Like, are they athletic? Yes. But like normal athletic. Like they're not like overwhelm you athletic. Todd Pettifer is like 5'11".
Yes, Memphis is more athletic than Auburn, Rick. They're just worse.
Yeah, Memphis is bad, but Aaron Bradshaw is one of the most athletic dudes in the country. North Carolina's been good, but we played a bad Kentucky and Kansas at home. Fierce cooked us. Yeah. Here's the thing with Carolina. Like, we got to temper expectations. I feel like Carolina has overwhelmingly exceeded what we thought they would. But they're not a national title contender. And I think they're somewhere in the middle, which I think is good for this Carolina team. It should get Hubert an extension.
Yeah, this is like a team that if they make the second weekend, you're happy.
Yeah.
Like, and I know that the Michigan State game was disappointing, but if I told North Carolina fans before the year started we'd be 9-1 and 12th in the nation, you'd take that 10 times out of 10.
Absolutely. I'm in my 3rd place game for fantasy this weekend, so I'll have a lot more time to watch college football.
I'm in the championship because I was up like 15.7 last night, and my opponent had Boswell, so thank God Pittsburgh finally decided to score touchdowns in a football game.
Yeah, I only got 4 points out of JJ.
Hey, it was a great week for me, though, because I needed to mount a huge comeback in the second week of a playoff matchup, and I had Amon-Ra, James Cook, and benched Caleb Williams to start T-Law against the Jets. So got 120 points out of 3 people.
Must be nice. I don't even know how much fucking 3rd place gets. If St. John's doesn't win by 10 plus, they're worse than Butler and Seton Hall. I don't know about all that, but like they should win by 10 plus. I agree.
Yeah. I'm honestly, why am I so not anything to do with the basketball game, but Patino versus Pope is just so funny to me. I can't wait for that game.
Man, the slate this week sucks besides Saturday.
Right. This is what they do, though, man. We get loaded Thanksgiving slates, and then, like, when Christmas comes around, it's like, sorry, guys.
Kids got Dion, do you think UConn playing in a bad Big East conference this year will hurt in March? Ooh, that's a good question, Seth. Twofold answer, and it's a cop-out. I apologize. Yes, but no, because Dan Hurley. If they had literally any other coach in the country, I think I would say yes. But I think Dan Hurley will be fine.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. All right. We're at the 40-minute mark. Listen, if there was over-under set for me and Dion's recordings, and it's like 35.5, just hammer the over.
Hey,
But
chat's
yeah.
popping, chat's popping.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Never going to neglect the chat. It's always fun when we do these, though, man. I think we just need to keep dedicating one day of the week to just pure chat banter because it's the absolute best. And makes me feel like I'm having a conversation with these people. Rick, I agree. I appreciate that, man. These shows have been fun. Like they just are, man. Just getting to chop it up feels like we're just, morning after. It feels like you woke up and you're just talking about sports with your boys. Dion, any concluding thoughts?
You guys should do more betting videos. My concluding thought: I'll do a pick a day on here. I can do that.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good way to do a betting video.
Yeah, we could start doing like a best bets portion where we do like our 5 minutes of like our 2 best bets of the day or whatever.
Yeah, that's no problem. I can do that.
Get them a sponsor, and they will. That's facts, Rick. We need a sports book to present our best bet section.
Yeah, I'll do it at the end. And for today, here's your best bet. I don't double check Wemby's minutes restriction college b-ball gambler. I know you're a college b-ball gambler, so you probably want a college pick. If I had to go a college pick, give me Tennessee tonight. Really like Louisville. Don't want to be on the wrong side of them, but I do think that's a bad matchup for Louisville. I like the Spurs. Everybody can say what they want about the NBA Cup. It is a little electric. It's a little electric, and like I kind of think it's fun that we got Spurs Knicks at the NBA Cup. You get Wemby versus Jalen Brunson. I don't know how much Wemby's playing, but if he's playing over 20 minutes, give me the Spurs.
Yeah, because he played 21 minutes against OKC and had like 22 12. Yeah. He's literally a freak, dude.
He's a freak. And it's been like 3 days. So I'm wondering if that helps Spurs, Mulberry, and Wemby. All right, well, never mind. All right, maybe just go with Tennessee then.
My favorite picks of the night: Michigan State minus 24.5 to destroy Toledo in a bounce back spot at the Breslin Center after struggling with Penn State over the weekend. Similar philosophy. I feel like North Carolina only giving 17.5 against East Tennessee State at home after they just struggled with Upstate is also good value. Anytime that a team gets a bye game after struggling, I love to take the spread as long as it's not like 30.
By the way, also, I don't know if you can get odds on this. If you can, I guarantee you Steve Kerr is coaching the Spurs in a year or two.
Guaranteed. Probably true.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. All right. For JK, for Dion, we're out. I believe Riley is back tomorrow with Dion. Who knows? I'll have to text him. He might be a game time decision. But we'll see you guys. I'll see you Thursday. Dion will see you guys every day. We're out.